Welcome to A Couple of Critics podcast. Before we get started, I want to play a game with you. I'm going to be playing a series of popular TV shows and movies, and I want to see if you know where they come from. And in the middle of the podcast, we're going to give you those answers, so stay tuned.
A rag, a damp rag, perhaps. Let's remember those procedures. What are the options?
Oh my God.
That's the wrong way.
Robin, I've got a guy for you. He's cute, he's funny, he's smart.
What's his butt?
What do you mean?
When someone wants to set you up, they always tell you the good qualities first, but then they leave out their huge flaw.
I'm gonna do my best to make her even happier than those kids on 3 Wishes with Amy Grant.
What's your wish, Billy?
Can you cure my cancer?
No, but how about if Spider-Man gives you a $50 gift card to Sears?
Here, get well.
All week long, I've been telling my girls how to act instead of showing them, but not Phil. Phil could have said, Alex, relax, don't take everything so seriously, or Haley, challenge yourself, don't give up so easily. But instead of talking the talk, Phil walked the walk.
Hello. Seriously misunderstood creatures spiders are. It's the eyes, I reckon, they unnerve some folk.
Not to mention the pincers.
Yeah, I reckon that too.
You must be careful now. Evil will be drawn to you from outside the fellowship, and a fear from within.
Who then do I trust?
You must trust yourself.
You've got to be kidding me.
Look, today is kind of the biggest day of my life. And the thing is, I need you not to get him arrested. Just for 24 hours, and then you can chase each other to your heart's content, okay?
Hoyt wants to see you in his office.
Hey, Gary, you know what I've always wondered?
No idea.
Do you people call it miniature golf, or is it just golf to you?
This is an Intrinsic Guardians podcast, and you're listening to A Couple of Critics. Hello, everybody, and welcome to A Couple of Critics' very first episode. My name is Isak Neal, and this is Torianne Neal, and we're super excited to give you some movie stuff.
A list of movies and a list of TV shows.
Yes, so we're gonna give you a list of 5 TV shows and five movies that you can watch while you're in the quarantine. In this podcast, we're going to be doing a lot of reviews, and that's what it's all about. We're a couple of critics. However, today,
and we're critiquing
movies,
and games, and whatnot.
Everything, just reviewing everything, anything in media, and we're excited to give that to you. So, for the answers for the little teaser thing at the very beginning of this podcast, you may have heard some clips from different TV shows and movies. I'm going to give you the answers to those right now and you can check your answers to see if you're correct. Obviously, if you're listening in the car, that wouldn't be such a good idea. But but go ahead and check your list. So for the first one, the first clip was The Office. The second clip was How I Met Your Mother. The third clip was Family Guy. The fourth clip was Modern Family. The fifth clip was from Harry Potter. The sixth clip was from Lord of the Rings. The seventh clip was from Tangled. And the eighth clip was from the newest Joker. So if you got those right, let us know. That would be awesome. You could also follow us on Twitter. We're on TikTok and Instagram as well at the Intrinsic Guardians. I know that's a big word, and I can still never spell it, but you can tell really what can. Intrinsic means. I can't remember what it means.
Intrinsic meaning is, so it means of nobleness, of natural order. Like it's not a coincidence, and it's not hidden. It's kind of all of these things together. So it's like a powerful, already there
match in heaven.
That's
God
put us here to be guardians. is how we like to put it.
Exactly. In those different social media platforms, we are doing real life quotes, which is skits. We just did our first one yesterday. It was pretty funny. from Harry Potter. At least we thought it was funny. And you might think it's funny as too. Go check that out on TikTok at Intrinsic Guardians. Okay, so the discussion. Let's get into the actual content of this podcast.
All right, so we're going to be discussing movies first. So Isak is going to give his top 5 movies to watch during this quarantine that we're going through. And I'm going to give my top 5 movies during this quarantine. And sorry, I took a deep breath there. I was excited. So we're going to go from 5, your 5th favorite, down to your first favorite.
Okay. And
we'll both do 5, 5, and then 4, 4, and then 3, 3. And we're going to have our discussions on why it's in our top 5.
Oh, and by the way, we don't know what is on each other's lists. So
well, he sees mine right here, but hopefully.
But I didn't look. I promise. I guess I could have. Well, my list is going to be right here too. So we're doing movies first, right?
Yes. So your 5th one.
Oh, my 5th favorite. See,
you have like 10 there.
I couldn't decide.
I
said I was going to decide on the podcast. That's what I'm going to do. Decide on the podcast.
Oh,
okay,
goodness.
so let's do. So the very first one.
No, your 5th one.
My 5th one. Let's do this
Not
properly.
your top one.
On the top 5, we're gonna go with number 5. So number 5, we're gonna go with. I have to say the Marvel movies in chronological order. And I know that's like a series of movies, but we just did it recently. And it was a blast. We did it over the holiday season, and it was
so much fun.
Way fun. And so that's what I would say. And plus, it's also family friendly. We try to get family friendly ideas in here because we're
there's
all
some
stuck.
adult stuff. There's some kids stuff. But
Right.
We're all kind of stuck at home. So if you're needing some ideas, we want the whole family to be able to watch. And then when the kids are in bed, like the adults can.
After hours.
Oh no! I wasn't saying that way. Oh my gosh. Okay, so your 5th one was the Marvel movies in chronological order.
Yes.
Which is kind of funny because that's my 5th one too.
No.
Yes.
Shut up.
It really is.
No.
Yes.
You did. Wait, but we didn't even discuss if it was going to be in chronological.
No, mine was.
Aww. That's really cute. That is cute. I didn't look at it.
I know. Yeah, so.
Okay.
Okay, so let's discuss the reasons why we like the Marvel movies, I guess. First off, obviously, they have a lot of fun humor in it.
And we're a bunch of nerds.
And we're nerds. Some of the newer ones, the humor, I actually said this before when we were talking, but some of the movies, like Thor Ragnarok, is a little too Marvel-y. They're being too trendy with their own trends.
Yes.
So that one isn't necessarily my favorite one. I would put that at the very last one. So there are a few of them that we skip over or we only watch once every...
And the first Thor is actually quite boring. I don't know.
Yeah, the first Thor is quite boring. But the first Avengers movie from 2012, I think is one of my favorite Avengers movies.
Oh, yeah.
It was so good. And it's hilarious. And they started off with their type of comedy. And
it was iconic.
It was great. It was fantastic.
That's what made Marvel.
So I guess then what would be your favorite Marvel movie out of the chronological?
So okay.
Just one. Just one of your favorites, I guess.
Well, I guess I really liked Logan, but that's not really in the Marvel universe.
No.
So, Infinity War was just amazing. I mean, I really loved Infinity War. So, why is it not focusing? But it's supposed to be an autofocus and it's not doing it. There we go. Jeez. I got to get a new camera or something. So
your first favorite Marvel, one of your favorite Marvel movies from our fifth one.
Yeah, I'd have to say top, it would be, Infinity War. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Is how do you get a box? It literally, when the trailer came out, I was like not expecting it because I was kind of expecting, there's too many characters. It's what that happened with Spider-Man
Fighting for screen time,
Yeah, exactly. How do you even that all out? That seems impossible, but it worked out very well. So
I agree.
What was your top one or one of your tops?
Gosh. Well, I haven't even seen it yet, and it's not technically in chronological. Well, actually, it might be, but this is maybe cheating. I'm actually really excited about the Black Widow movie.
But it's not even.
It's not even out yet, so I can't say that.
You can't say that one.
I think I would just go with what I have is that it would be the Avengers 2012 one.
Yep, that really was one of the best. Okay, so number 4.
Number 4.
I've got to decide on this one. There's so many good ones. I am going to go with... I'm going to go with Inception.
No!
Nuh-uh.
Yes!
Nuh-uh.
Yes! Look! Inception!
No, that was your number 3.
No, so I didn't put these all in the right order, so that was my number 4.
Okay, see, now people aren't going to believe this.
No, because I have it scribbled out here. It's fine.
But they're not going to believe this. That's twice in a row? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
That was your number 4.
That was my number 4.
And I'm literally deciding as we're speaking because I have a list of 10 of them right now.
That was my number 4.
Shut up. No, it wasn't. It was not your number 4.
It was.
That's insane.
I promise, guys.
That
it really
is insane.
It's not going to focus if I shut it up, but yes.
Okay.
Like it's doing right now.
Yep.
So why is Inception so good? I think it's family friendly. However, the mind tricks with it's hard for maybe some of the kids to understand.
Yeah, well, yeah, you definitely wouldn't want to watch it with like younger than maybe 8.
Yeah.
I think
was
9.
saying younger than 10.
Yeah, maybe.
10 to 12 would be.
Of course,
depending
I'm not
on your
parent,
kids' maturity, obviously.
Oh, of course.
Depending on your kids' maturity, but
it's so good.
It's just so good. The music is amazing.
Hans Zimmer just
the videography is just spot on. The way that they capture the scenes and the feelings and the moments.
Yes.
So good.
Ah, jeez. It's just action packed all the way through. Okay, where are we at? Number 4?
So we were talking about number 4 about Inception.
Yeah. Okay.
And now we're at number 3.
And we fixed the camera, so that should help.
So that's why we have it. Pause for a second.
Okay.
So number 3. What's your number 3 movie to watch during this quarantine?
Number 3 to watch during the quarantine is... Lord of the Rings trilogy. It's not. It can't be.
Mine was Lord of the Rings.
I was not going to even choose Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
It's right there, folks. Read it and weep. I mean, they probably can't even see it, but...
How are we so alike?
I don't know. This happens a lot, actually, you guys. It's not... It's like a thing with us.
It's a thing with us. It really is.
It's like we're perfect for each other. But obviously, we get in fights and stuff, but... But yeah, okay. I guess we're going to.
So no.
Lord of the. Okay.
Why is Lord of the Rings so great? Well, and why is it good to watch during this quarantine? One, they're really long movies, so it'll take up a lot of your time.
Especially if you watch The Hobbit. I can't do that in all in one sitting. I can only watch the extended.
Well, we're just talking about the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Okay.
But if you add
the Hobbit, it's so long.
So long, and especially if they're all the extended versions of it too.
Yeah.
But it's a beautiful movie. The soundtrack as well, the videography, the acting, the sexy men, the beautiful women.
Well, I don't watch it for the beautiful women. Watch it because it's epic.
I don't
it's
watch
just
it for the sexy men.
Sure.
Maybe.
Anyway.
Okay, number 2. Or your reasons why you like Lord of the Rings.
No, I just like. I mean, it's just epic. It is the epitome of epic storyline. It really is. And just the fact that they used as minimal CGI as possible. The sets, we're never going to see those sets again. Never.
Absolutely.
So like CGI has gotten so good now that we're never going to see as good of sets as those anymore, which is unfortunate. Okay.
Number two.
I was going to go with
this one's different.
It has to be different now.
Oh no, it's different because I know you'll know what it is.
Oh, there's honorable mentions that I have to go over, but
we'll go over your honorable mentions before we get to number one.
Okay. So number two, I'd say Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Yeah. So you can watch them except for the fourth one. Hate the fourth one.
Well, he's in the middle of actually reading them right now.
Finally reading them for the first time in my life. Audiobook,
so
of course. You can't read it.
I'm so proud of him. And he's realizing how different the movies really are from the books. And he's loving the book so much more. And I'm like, I'm so happy that he likes them more.
Oh, but the fourth one was just a shame.
The fourth one is quite a shame.
Oh, it was atrocious. Atrocious?
Atrocious. Okay, so my number two is Tangled.
Oh, I like that one.
The reason why I picked that one is, first off, it's a happy movie. Like that. Ask Isak. It's one of the movies that I watch whenever I'm sad or sick or just under the weather or anything like that. He's like, "Do you want to watch Tangled?" And I'm like, "Mm-hmm."
So true.
So, and because these are kind of scary times. These are hard times where we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. It's literally an everyday changing thing. Constantly. You need some happy things in your life.
Yes.
And a lot of these movies are, but Tangled is like up there.
It is the epitome of, I think that's Disney's one of their best movies of all time.
Oh, yeah.
I know it wasn't as successful as Frozen. It's got the same kind of feel to it, but it's just not
Tangled
the same.
is a lot better than
It's not the same.
The Frozen 2 I was actually very impressed with.
I know yeah.
That we're not talking about that right now, but we'll talk about that later.
We'll talk about Frozen 2 because I still don't know my opinion on it. And a lot of critics right now do not like it. But
anyway, we'll talk about that another time. So honorable mentions.
Before we get to number one on our countdown, honorable mentions, we have The Italian Job, Ocean's 11, The Dark Knight,
I almost picked the Dark Knight trilogy.
Oh, that was... I
was so close to picking that. But because it's darker and we're trying to be on a happier beat and it's not necessarily kid-friendly, that's why I didn't pick it.
Right. 1917. She has not seen it yet, and we have to review that movie. It's fantastic. The Joker and Interception. No, Interstellar. I always get those two mixed up, especially when I put them right next to each other. So yeah, those are some fun movies. I love Ocean's 11 and The Italian Job. The Italian Jobs are just kind of fun movies to watch. That's why I love
One of my I don't have it written down, but I just kind of thought about it, was one of my honorable mentions would be just a lot of the Disney movies.
Yeah.
Not a lot of them are fantastic, but like I would put up there Hercules, which we actually funnily just watched last night. I would put Tarzan up there. I would put
Brother Bear
up there.
Even though people don't like it because they're monsters.
I would put Beauty and the Beast, both the cartoon 93 version, as well as the 2017 live action version.
That version is beautiful.
That one is like my number
People are like, well, it's a shot for shot. Mention. Well, it's a darn good shot for shot.
The CGI is beautiful. It was a gorgeous movie. Like I got chills.
The costumes alone. Yes. Whoever designed those costumes need to do it for the Scarlet Pimpernel musical. I mean, it's like that era. Yes. I just love that era of time. So
yes. All right, and number one.
Well, I'd say Star Wars, of course.
I knew you were gonna pick
but it's the original trilogy, for sure. I think I could watch the prequels as well in there, but watch them first and then get to the good stuff. And obviously,
not the sequels.
It doesn't really need an I don't know how I feel about the sequels, and especially this last one. So, or especially Last Jedi, absolutely hate. So I can't. We won't talk about that. So there's been enough talk about that. Star Wars, obviously it's been my childhood favorite forever. And
that was his movie that he would watch when he's like sick. I'm like, do you want to watch Star Wars? And he's like,
Shut up. That's not what I like. But it needs no explanation of why it's so epic. So, and why I love to watch it, especially during these times. It's fun. So
definitely fun. And my number one is Harry Potter. It's Harry Potter. All of the movies as well.
What's your favorite Harry Potter movie?
You already know this one.
I know, but they need to know.
It's Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince.
That's so good one. It's such a good one.
So good.
It mixes dark and humor so well together that it's in the book. It's even better. I don't know how it even works, but like there's some really deep stuff that teenagers and young adults definitely can relate to. And it's really dark and there's a lot of tragedy in it. But at the same time, it's
also hopeful. It's a hopeful movie because as Harry and Hermione and Ron are going through all of this darkness, they find ways to overcome it with each other. And that's like the epitome of what we're going through with the coronavirus, COVID-19.
Yep.
It's you have to hold on to who you love and come up with ways and different ways to come through and get through that darkness every single year, no matter what it is, especially as we're all growing up. There's going to be some more darknesses that will come out. Like the world is kind of a dark place right now. So hold on to your loved ones. Hold on to your Ron. He's my Ron. Hold on to your hair. Actually, no, he's not Ron. He is Harry and I'm Ginny.
For sure.
For sure. Like if we were to actually put it out like that, which is kind of funny that Harry and Ginny end up together. Yeah. But it really is us. Anyway, so that's like Harry Potter is my all-time favorite series anyway. And it just kind of tops it off with the support team.
Last point I want to say on that one is I really like the fact that, and it's a really important lesson to learn, both in the 5th one and the 6th one, is that adults aren't always like the people that you look up to and aren't always right. Like a lot of the time they're wrong.
Too, like it shows that
that's a really important lesson.
And the people who you look up to, your heroes, your idols, they aren't necessarily perfect, and you put them on this pedestal, and they aren't that person.
Like Dumbledore's not perfect. Yeah, but I mean he's great and he's
still fantastic. He's still like almost perfect.
He's so flawed, and I love how flawed all of these characters are. So anyway. Great stuff.
Absolutely. Okay, we have TV shows now.
TV shows. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go from 5 down to 1. And I see he has more than 5 on here, so he's going to be doing some mentions again. So number 5 for you. Number 5
start first.
Let's have you start first.
Okay, number 5 for me is actually Phineas and Ferb.
Phineas and Ferb. I didn't expect that one.
You didn't. I know you didn't. Phineas and Ferb.
It's so random to me.
So the reason why I picked that one is because it's probably one of the best cartoons out there. It's really smart. They have good humor in it. It's, the classic antics of brothers versus sister, whatnot.
And it's actually one that you can, enjoy with, I don't know, the whole family but...
pretty much the whole.
But like it's palatable as an adult. It's palatable. You can like actually see it without like lab rats is
SpongeBob
terrible.
And lab rats and
you can't watch those with your kids. It's just awful.
They're just going down and down and down and down the drain.
So bad.
Although I do remember I'll throw that in my honorable mentions later. So
Phineas and Ferb.
Phineas and Ferb is my 5. What's your 5?
I would have to say, so this one's definitely an adult movie, an adult TV show. I would definitely have to go with 24.
That's
24. There's so many seasons. I can tell you my favorite seasons. Number 1, season 1, season 2, season 4. And I actually really liked Yeah, it's 1 through 4 is really good.
We've only seen season 1 together and part of season 2 together. I've never watched the rest of 24, so
They kind of get they get really repetitive. That's why I like 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then I would say 8 as well, which is fun because it kind of just ends it. But a lot of them get really intense, and there's so many to watch, and you just can't stop watching. That's what's so good, especially during this quarantine. It's just like there's so many of them. And they're so binge-watchy. Binge-worthy. Binge-worthy. So definitely that. Okay, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is not so kid-friendly either. It's How I Met Your Mother.
Yep.
I was thinking about putting it higher up on my list, but that's more of like just... There's 8 seasons, 9.
9 seasons.
9 seasons, sorry. So there's 9 seasons, and... we watch it so often. That's like one of our shows that we just watch when we're bored and we just want to watch while we eat dinner or something
Maybe
like that.
a little too much.
Maybe a little bit too much, but we kind of put it on pause for a little bit, and we've restarted it. And this first season is hilarious.
It's really good.
Like, I forgot how funny the first season was. And there are seasons that get a little bit worse, but it actually, I think it pulls up a little bit towards season 8 and 9.
And it goes to crap at the end.
But then the end of 9 is awful. So
obviously the ending is terrible, but you could decide that for yourself if you haven't seen it.
Yes. So what's your number 4?
We're not on number 4? Oh yeah, we are.
You're on number 4 for you. I said my number 4.
Oh, okay.
Which was How I Met Your Mother.
I think what's better than How I Met Your Mother is Friends. So, but...
Also not necessarily kid-friendly.
Yeah, I don't know. See, I decided between those ones. I can't decide.
Friends is really good too.
Friends is really
that
good.
was a hard choice for me too.
Because there's so much alike. Like they tell a lot of the same jokes. And you know, everyone has their own character. There's the same amount of characters even. I mean, it's uncanny how close they are together. So that's why I didn't really put How I Met Your Mother on my list. Obviously, I really like it, but I just wanted to put Friends up there.
Yeah. I think I put How I Met Your Mother just because it's...
Nostalgic?
What's it called? Nostalgic. Yeah, it's nostalgic for me.
Especially for us.
Especially for us, because that's what we watched while we were dating, you know.
And we watched before we were dating.
Yeah.
Even before we met each other.
Before we met each other. Okay, number 3. Okay, I'm just going to say mine. He didn't know this. I put Star Wars Clone Wars.
Oh, I think I did know this. You were talking about it.
We were talking about it a little bit, but I didn't tell you where in my lineup it was. So it's number 3, which is pretty
high up there, especially since she hasn't seen the fullness of it yet.
I haven't seen all the seasons.
I don't know why you can put it on your list if you haven't seen it.
But here's what I do know. I do know that it's mostly family friendly. Because it's a cartoon. Not all cartoons are family friendly. Like, you know, Family Guy and like other stuff. But it has a kid direction towards it where it has funny humor, silly like oopsies, you know.
You have fart jokes as well as actual jokes.
Yes. You know? They have like kid humor and adult humor. So that's why I picked it, is because I already like it so much in the first season and a half that I've seen of it. That it is great for the family, where if you already like Star Wars, which is his number 1 for movies, then you're going to love this one. And if you're also worried about getting your kids into Star Wars as well, I think this is a good platform to start the kids off if you're worried about the adultness of the actual live action of Star Wars. So this is a great way to introduce them to Star Wars. If you love Star Wars that much, I love Clone Wars already.
Yeah,
so
that's a good
that's
point.
why I say that.
And when we have kids, I think I'll show them that show, maybe even first.
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
Yeah. That's not a bad idea.
It's a great introduction.
Maybe first. I don't know.
It's a great introduction to the world without showing them like the super scary scenes.
But there is super scary stuff in there.
There's still super scary scenes, you know, in that one too. But it's like cartoons, so in their head, it's not real.
Yeah. Maybe.
So in their head, they can differentiate.
Depends on the kid, of course, but
yeah. So you're number 3.
My number 3 would be The Walking Dead.
I've never seen that.
I know you've never seen it, but it is fantastic. Especially the first 5 seasons. I dropped out after the first 5 seasons. I got bored. Like, it was the same thing over and over and over again. Like the Governor season, if you guys have seen it, that's where I dropped out because, and I think that's season 5. I just couldn't. It was the same thing over and over again. And it was like the zombies were no longer relevant. And it wasn't, I'm sorry, The Walking Dead. They never meant to say the word zombie in the entire show, which is so dumb. So yeah, I couldn't get past it that way because it was very repetitive, kind of like what 24 was for me. But yeah, so I couldn't get into it past season 5, but it's really good, especially the first 2 seasons. Fantastic. If you only watch the first 2 seasons, great, because it's really that good. Definitely not kid friendly. Definitely only watch it with your like 16 or 17 and up kids.
Yes, definitely. Okay, number 2. Am I going first?
Yeah, you're going first again.
I forgot. So my number 2 is The Office.
Nice.
The Office. So we just barely watched this together.
I know we're a little late to the party. A lot late.
But we just barely watched this just last year for the first time ever. We watched the first season or like a few episodes of the first season before, and we were like,
right, and then we'd wait 2 years, and then we'd try to do it again, and then we'd wait like
another
year.
Yeah, so we've been married for 4 years. So we tried it when we first got married. We were like, no, we're never going to watch it. 2 years later, we tried it again, and we were like, nope, this isn't going to do it. And then last year was when we
made this brilliant decision to start with season 2.
And that was the best thing.
That was really good. And then we went back and saw season 1 and said, oh, okay, it's not so bad.
That's why season 1 wasn't good. Because they weren't getting into their true humor yet.
Yeah, it was like really hard to watch.
There are some more kid-friendly episodes, but a lot of it I would even say it's teenager humor. I would say teenagers watch.
Like 12 and up.
I would let the teenagers watch, but it's not necessarily full family appropriate.
Yeah.
If you've never seen it.
I love the character arcs in that show. Some of the best character arcs in a sitcom.
Except for Andy.
Andy's annoying, but they did fix Andy. They did fix him. You have to admit that. Andy was terrible character at the beginning.
He was terrible.
But they fixed him with one episode.
No, he was terrible, and then he got better, and then he got worse again.
Yeah, it did. He did get worse again, it was just so stupid because I really liked his character arc. He was getting better, and then
his character arc just went.
I guess people do that. I mean, that sometimes happens.
I don't know. Okay, what's your number 2? I'm gonna get mad about Andy still if we keep talking.
Number 2.
What's your number 2?
Breaking Bad. That was my number 2.
I've only seen 3 seasons of it.
I know. Why haven't we finished it? We haven't
finished it.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I haven't finished it. I think he's seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it fully, but man.
But it was really good.
It's really good. Especially when it takes place in New Mexico, and that's where a lot of my family is from. So
I forgot about Breaking
Bad. I know. I keep. We've got to just watch it.
We've got to finish.
And then we've got to do an official review on this podcast for it.
Yes.
I know we're going to be late to the party on that one, for sure. But all right, what's your number?
Better late than never, right?
Yep. What's your number 1?
Honorable mentions first.
Oh, honorable mentions. Arrow was really good. Supernatural. How I Met Your Mother. The Morning Show. Just watch that on Apple TV. Really, really good.
It's intense.
Oh, it's intense.
So intense.
Definitely not for kids, but it's so good. And it's so relevant to today's society.
Yes.
Really important TV show, in my opinion. And yeah, Arrow, Supernatural, and The Morning Show. It's my honorable mentions.
Dang.
Okay, number 1.
Do I have any? I don't have any written down. I'm just trying to rack my brain if I have any honorable mentions.
Dexter's really good.
Dexter. Dexter's a great one.
She introduced me to that one. That was really fun.
And then, how come I didn't put this on there?
What?
I just realized.
Which one?
Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh, yeah, that's a great show.
One of my favorite shows. But
you have to tell them the story behind that one. For me.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, I I don't watch too much anime, to be quite honest, but if it's good, then I'll watch it. And if it's not like too cringy, I'll watch it. But a lot of anime does tend to be a little bit cringy. But
Super
this one,
cheesy.
I watched it growing up in high school. And this is a funny story. I'll kind of slip in there. I had surgery on my ears and I was in a ton of pain, so I was on pain pills. And one of my best friends came over at the time. I had just moved from Missouri to Idaho, so she became my best friend really quickly, kind of took me underneath her wing. And we watched Full Metal Alchemist together. And she came over while I'm loopy off of these pain pills. And I start crying that two of the characters didn't get together. So funny. Like, I have a video up on Facebook. Please don't search for it if you're my friend.
Wait,
No.
you do?
I've showed you it before.
I don't think you have.
I think because every year that it comes up, I'm like, nope, not good.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe I've not seen that.
And anyway, so then I still watch it and whatnot, and I love it. And then we get married, and I'm like, okay, I know we've talked about no anime before.
No anime.
He's like, I hate anime.
Oh, except for Avatar The Last Airbender, which we didn't even put on here. That's another honorable mention, of course.
So he's like, I hate that's not true anime though. Anyway, so he says, I will never watch an anime show with you. If you want to watch anime, watch it by yourself because
Yup.
I'm not going to do it. I'm like, please.
Couldn't do it.
Sit down and watch 3 episodes with me. 3. And then you can decide if you're not going to watch it with me. He watched the first one. He's like, okay, no, I'm going to give it a little bit. I don't know if I want to watch it yet.
I don't know if I like it. Yep.
I don't know if
remember
I
that.
like it yet. Second one. What? No. But let's watch the third one. So we watched the third one and he's like, okay, I'm hooked. So we watched all the
It
rest
was
of it.
so good. It was
So
really
funny.
good.
So that's it for our honorable mentions with TV shows, right?
Okay, yep. What's
Okay.
your first one?
My first one is actually Avatar The Last
Okay, I figured. I forgot it.
I know
Of
you did.
course.
Yeah, mine was Avatar The Last Airbender. That's why I didn't
There's
say
so
anything when he
many
said it.
good ones.
So good. The character arcs, the arcs, the art in it too. Like they have a lot of
so
different.
good.
They start to bring in some more different styles in there. The storyline, the complete storyline, not having a start and a finish, and not like just building up.
Oh, yes,
and
that's
adding
so
many
annoying in
seasons.
TV
So many
shows.
TV shows do. They had an actual start and an actual finish, and I honestly haven't seen The Legend of Korra all the way through. So that's why I didn't put it on there. But I did see the first season, and I wasn't as much of a fan of it
No, it was
as
hard to
the
watch.
Avatar, and so that's why I didn't pick that one as well. And it's not even on my honorable mentions.
And don't watch the movie.
Yeah, don't watch the movie of it. It's the worst.
I made the mistake back in 2012. Me and my brothers were such big fans of that show. We watched it. We were like so excited. And we went to the midnight premiere. And my dad, of course, was like, oh, wasn't that bad?
movie.
It's pretty good. And we're all like, Ong? What? Who is Ong? We'll never,
Yes.
I'll never forget that movie. That's the first and last time I will ever see that movie. It was that bad.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But the cartoon, fantastic.
Cartoon was good.
And I got that for him for Christmas. What was it? 3 years ago now?
Yep.
It was our second Christmas together.
One of the best Christmas gifts you ever gave me.
And no, it was when we were in Stace.
Oh, was it?
So
Oh,
maybe
okay.
our
Up in
third
Idaho.
Christmas together, but it was only our 2-year anniversary because we spent Christmas together before then, but
Ah, okay.
before we got married.
Yeah,
So I
that's
think it was
right.
our third Christmas together. And he's like, I'm gonna guess what you gave me. Is it Avatar The Last Airbender? I'm like, first guess? Really? Like, I was so mad.
Yeah, you were.
I was so mad. I'm like, fine, take your DVDs. But yeah, we still watch it all the time, and it's such a great one.
So
Sorry,
my
go
first
on, your
one.
first
So my first one has already been mentioned, and it was The Office.
Oh.
That was definitely my favorite show, especially during this time. It's just such good humor. It's really clever jokes. Like
Yes.
the best writing I've ever heard in my life. Some of the best comedy writing I've ever heard.
Yes.
And that's just, it's an art that we're losing, especially with this, especially with the Me Too movement and I promise not to get political on this show for sure, but definitely with just the cancel culture. This show goes against the cancel culture for sure. And that's why I love it so much.
I have an honorable mention I just remembered.
What's that?
Last Man Standing with Tim Allen.
Oh, yeah. That was a great honorable mention.
Because they canceled it and then they brought it back. So we haven't watched it since they brought it back.
Yeah, but it's really good.
That was a great one.
That was really funny. Really funny. Whether you're Republican or Democrat, because it's definitely more right-wing.
I'm not going to get political, Cecily.
It's definitely more right-wing comedy, but oh man, both sides of the aisle will definitely love that one. Super funny. Super funny.
And it's family friendly too.
Yes, it is. Very family friendly. Okay, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Well, this was fun.
That's so funny that our movies
were right on, but our TV shows were not.
No. I mean, we had obviously The Office and How I Met Your Mother were both on our top 5s-ish. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the rest of our TV shows didn't line up. It's just so funny. I thought it would have.
No, not quite, but we did say the same things, similar things. So, well, thanks for watching, you guys, and thanks for listening. Obviously, definitely give us a rating. Really helps on Apple Podcasts. We're on Apple Podcasts right now. I'm trying to figure out a way to get on. It's pretty easy. Spotify and iHeartRadio. So definitely look out for that if you're more of an iHeartRadio fan, especially you Android users out there. But yeah, I'm pretty much wherever you get podcasts, we're going to be starting to get on SoundCloud and stuff like that. Definitely please rate us and comment about it. Give us a 5-star rating. If you don't like the show that much, then just don't do it.
But
we don't want to lower anything.
This is our very first episode.
Very first podcast ever.
We're getting into
and we love it.
We're practicing a little bit with it. But
what are some things to come?
So some things to come. Actually, let me bring out my notes on here.
Yeah, we're doing a lot of different. Obviously, we're criticizing, and we really like video games. We're video game collectors, so we're going to be reviewing a lot of the retro video games as well as the retro TV shows and stuff like that.
So we have a few different categories under the Intrinsic Guardians. So this one is a couple of critics, excuse me, we say it so fast that way.
Yeah.
Where we're reviewing games, movies, TV shows, books, if we happen to read them.
Yep.
We'll maybe review like restaurants. It's just a reviewing channel, basically. Yep. Is a couple of critics. And then we might be doing a vlog later on. I'm not entirely sure yet.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, not right away.
Maybe not.
Mostly real life quotes, skits, and then also this podcast.
So then, and then real life quotes, which is what I was getting to, it's REEL.
Yeah,
real life quotes, where we're taking movie quotes and using them in real life situations. And even though they may not be exactly the same as the movie, it'll be pretty much close to it. And we have one up from Harry Potter on TikTok right now. So
TikTok and Instagram.
And on Facebook actually as well.
Yes.
So look up Intrinsic Guardians and you'll be able to see those. And then we might be doing parodies later on as well.
Yeah, musical parodies, but that's going to take some more stuff.
This is enough out of my comfort zone that I don't know if I'm going to be singing in front of you guys or not.
No, probably not.
Probably not.
Not yet. Anyway,
so those are a few things coming forward. We're going to be reviewing old movies, new movies, like Rotten Tomatoes top 10 movies.
Yep.
All sorts of different stuff. So definitely subscribe to us and listen to us. Hit that like button or I guess on YouTube, smash that like button.
Smash that like button.
Smash the subscribe button.
Ring that bell, bro. Oh my gosh. Okay, we gotta end. Okay, thanks so much for watching.
Thank you.
Be sure to check us out on all the social media groups and platforms, and please rate and review this podcast. Thanks so much. Bye.